On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, it's all about gift giving. What should you get that special gamer in your life? Join us as we give you some great ideas. So power up your favorite console, press play, and enjoy gaming with us. Hello gamers! Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming. We are a podcast where we talk about all types of games, like video games, board games, card games, any of those, you name it, we'll probably talk about it. And now you may ask, why are you going to talk about games? Well, it's because we want to, and because we think that we have something to say that you may want to hear. If you're joining us for the first time or the 27th time, we want to welcome you. Hello, welcome, yay.
Yay.
I'm your host, Nick Picard, and I am joined by the man who always uses a holiday gift guide, Will Kinsey.
That is a truthful statement.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that's right, guys. We want to show our love of games to you and possibly introduce you to something new. We also want to hear from you, so feel free to drop topic ideas, discussion questions that you would love to hear us talk about. This can be done by going to our Discord, then going to the topic ideas and discussion questions text channel.
Yeah. Lindsay is also here.
Hi.
And I believe she's ready with the trivia question. She's not ready with the trivia question. Oh, she is ready.
I got it right here.
Okay.
Look, I'm ready. I was ready last episode because I screenshotted 2 at a time.
Oh.
Okay. My question for us today is, what is the only video game franchise originating in the 1970s to have thus far generated over $1 billion in revenue?
I feel like the important thing here is going to be the 70s bit.
Yeah.
Well, geez. That is a fantastic question that you have for us today, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, if you guys at home want to go ahead and think about that question, we'll come back to it at the end of the episode. And if you want, go ahead and drop your answers in chat or in the comments.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yes.
My friend.
Yeah.
What have you been playing since last we did the podcast?
Oh man, that was. Oh, we had to do it early last week.
Over a week.
Yeah, it's been over a week now. So, I don't even remember what I said from last time. I think by that point I was already done with Bugsnax.
Mm-hmm.
So I did play Spider-Man Miles Morales. I did a playthrough, and I did everything that I could. I collected everything. I did all the side missions, the crime missions, they're like side missions. They weren't like a side quest mission. It was like a task thing you need to do for someone in the city. Because what was cool about this one compared to the other Spider-Man from 2018 was one of your friends in the game, he creates an app for everyone around the city to be able to go on and, just say, hey, I have this problem, could you help? So those were like a side little, quest missions that you could do for, people around the city. It was just an easy way to be able to pull up the side quest and the crimes that you can do. There was one where I had to go and rescue a cat, which later, after you do that and after you beat the game, you can go and see the cat afterwards, and then you'll get a skin or a costume or whatever, and it's the Spider-Man suit, and then he has a backpack with a cat in it, and whenever you go and do like finishers, the cat will come out and attack the enemies. So it's really cool.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, and the cat's name is Spider-Man, so...
That's a long roundabout way of saying you platinumed the game.
No, because that was just the first. I did, but that was just the first playthrough.
Oh.
Yeah. So then after,
guys.
After that, it was earlier this week before Lindsay and I went to South Carolina for Thanksgiving. I woke up and I was like, I want to try to get some of these trophies I didn't get because there was only a few. But one of the things you had to do was beat the game on New Game Plus. So I started that, and I just, there was no difficulty like setting that you had to beat it on. So I was just like, well, let's just put it on the easiest one so I can try to get through it as quick as possible. And all I did was the main story missions. So I was able to platinum the game later that day.
Nice.
Yeah. So far, all the new, PS5 games that I played, I've platinumed because I did Astro's Playroom, Bugsnax, and now Miles Morales. But I don't see me platinum Valhalla whenever I get the chance to play that.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, those games are just huge.
You know Assassin's Creed and their fun flag collecting?
I mean, that's worse than what I did with Spider-Man, at least, or what I did in Ghost of Tsushima whenever I was going around collecting stuff.
You at least gotta let us know how many useless collection things there are. Because I love the Assassin's Creed series, but that was my least favorite thing, was always having to go and find 6 different things to collect, and there's 100 of each.
I think I saw something where they brought back chasing a paper, because if you ever played Black Flag,
there was was fun.
The papers with the shanties. Yeah, I think they did something, or what I heard, that you have to go and chase pieces of paper again. Sometimes they could be annoying, but I mean, a lot of times it was fairly easy to get, and you can just parkour through the town or whatever that you're in, trying to get that paper. Yeah. So yeah, I did Miles Morales. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so I will bring this up because I did bring it up to our good friend Alex. So in the game, you can actually pick between performance mode or fidelity mode. I think that's what it was. The performance, it doesn't have the ray tracing and all that, but it puts the game at, I think, 60 FPS. And the fidelity, it has the enhanced graphics, the ray tracing and all that, but it's 30 FPS. I mostly played with the fidelity, but then at some point I did put on the performance mode because I wanted to see the difference, and I could see a difference with the character and the movement and stuff. But I want to tell you, I much prefer the fidelity mode. I don't care if it's 30 FPS. It looked better.
I will always choose ray tracing in a Spider-Man game.
I mean, for me to even if I was going on a building, if I was just a spider crawling, I could see my reflection and stuff, and with the fidelity. But if you put it on the performance mode, it just looked like it was a stained glass where you wouldn't see a reflection or anything.
Really?
The movement of Spider-Man may have looked better with the 60 FPS, but overall, in my opinion, I think everything looked a lot better if you just did the fidelity mode, and I don't think anyone's going to change my mind on that. So I will much prefer to do that, or have the 30 FPS over the 60 FPS if I get all that extra ray tracing and all the stuff where it looks way better.
What is ray tracing? You don't have an answer.
No, I don't have an answer. Okay. I mean, I don't know the actual
Okay, I'll just Google this on my own time. Carry on, guys.
Ray tracing it's basically just a rendering technique where you trace the path of light to simulate the way that light interacts with things. So your shadows are better, your highlights are better.
Okay.
Everything looks a whole lot more realistic with ray tracing. And when you've got that going through the city on specifically in games where you have the fast movements like that, when you got ray tracing in it, it just looks so crisp and beautiful.
I gotcha.
I want to see if I can just pull up an image where it had.
Click on that one.
I mean, I feel like you would need to watch a video. You can't just look at a picture, because in this picture, the performance mode looks better.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want, I feel like you need to play see a video of the game.
I mean, we don't have to spend a lot of time on this. Just wondering.
So, yeah, then other than that, I don't really think there's been much more. I mostly played that, and then I know I played a little, Fortnite, Rogue Company. But yeah, that's mostly what I've been playing. What about you, Will?
Well, I have played a bit of Fortnite. I just really like driving and shooting, man. And Fortnite's usually pretty easy until you get the tryhards who can build. I can't build. I like to think I can build, but I can't build. You guys have seen it.
I mean, I feel like with that, you don't have to be a builder where you can, just like throw up the Taj Mahal real quick. You just have the basics down, and then you should be fine.
Get shot at, put a wall up.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Yeah. See, I just like to be the person blowing up the other people's wall.
Yeah.
Until my teammates can actually get the shots on them.
Just get some of those fireflies and chuck them at their building.
Yeah, so I played a little bit of Fortnite. League of Legends. They have a new champ coming out, Rel, the Iron Maiden. She's a support. She's got all kinds of great stuff. So I'm sure we'll talk about her when she actually comes out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh gosh. That may be about I've played a bunch of Jackbox games. So we've done Quiplash and I think a little bit of Drawful, and last night we played Press the Button, which I don't know if you guys have played that, but you basically have a crew, and every turn there's a new captain, and the captain can assign people to do tasks, kind of like Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the task, everyone presents their answer or their result or whatever, and the humans have one prompt, and then if there's an alien, they have a different prompt. So you basically have to suss out aliens and then eject them by pressing the button. And you only have 15 minutes, and the timer's pretty much always going. So it's pretty fun. It's similar to like the Codename Resistance, all of those games where you have to find the traitors.
Yeah.
So yeah, played some of that last night. That was really fun. And other than that, a little bit of Among Us. But yeah, not a whole lot of gaming since last we talked. Just some basic stuff.
Well, I mean, we were in the week of Thanksgiving, so I know some of us had to take time to go and spend time with family.
I played Smash Ultimate for the first time in a long time. Actually, I don't know if I've ever played Smash Ultimate. I played
who's your go-to character?
One. Well, see, it used to be Yoshi back in Melee because he had a disjointed hitbox and you could put it below the level so you could cheat and constantly do your down smash and not get hit.
My cousin, he made Yoshi back when we would play Melee, and it was like near impossible to beat him.
Yeah. He's the most broken character in Melee. But now that they've fixed him, he's still decent, but I don't play him as much. I play Samus, Captain Falcon, or Kirby. I really like me some Kirby.
See, I had another cousin, which I never actually got to face him, but the one cousin that said that he was really good with Yoshi, he would say that our cousin Tim was, he would play Jigglypuff. He would say it's the most broken character, and he would wreck everyone. Apparently, according to that cousin, he would wreck everyone by playing Jigglypuff. So
yeah, Jigglypuff's got that crazy, what is it, sleep? She's got one where it's an insta kill if she does it right, like right on top of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Lindsay.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
What have I played? Oh, you didn't mention we played some Road Company, Nick.
I did mention that. I said Fortnite Road Company.
I wasn't listening. My bad. We did a little bit of Road Company. Not too bad. If
I mean, we mostly
correctly.
did the strikeout one. Will, I don't know if you remember the game modes, because
I don't remember which individual.
Okay, strikeout is the one where your team has a collect number of lives, and you're just going through getting the base and then trying to kill the other team where they won't have any lives left, and then
and capturing the point
and capturing that point. Yeah. So that's the one that we mostly played.
I liked.
That you like that one,
and it was limited, and they stopped doing it.
No, I think it's still out there. Extraction, I think, is what it is. It's one where whenever I read the description, it was a mix of casual and competitive play. The best way that I think I could, maybe if you ever played Headquarters for Call of Duty, where there was like a point, you would go there, capture it, hold it off. Basically it was that, but then there would be, whenever you would come back, there would be a new point. It wasn't like, the demolition or whatever, where you had to go and plant a bomb and hold it off. That was the one that I know Lindsay and I didn't really like, and I don't think you liked as much.
But yeah, did some Road Company, did some Fortnite, did some Overwatch.
We did do a little Overwatch.
We were trying to get that Symmetra skin with the winds.
Which I will have to say something about Overwatch.
Go ahead.
All right, so when we first started to play Overwatch, one of my viewers, Merciless, came in and he activated a challenge channel point, and with that, basically if you activate it, then you would basically give me a challenge that's within reason, and I would decide if I want to accept it or not. If I didn't, then you just give me another challenge. But he challenged me to play Widowmaker the whole time I was playing Overwatch. I ended up accepting the challenge, and I felt pressured because I know he and our other viewer Wolfie plays a lot of Widowmaker, and they're good, and I'm not good at Widowmaker. But whenever I first started, they're like, we see some potential in you. And I felt towards the end, I was getting better as playing Widow, but I'm not really good at it. But, I mean, I had fun. I don't think Lindsay was having fun while we played. She's like, we're not winning. And it's like, but the thing is, some of it wasn't really my fault because I was getting kills and stuff. I was, doing my job. We probably just would have won more if I played healer. Cause
it's hard to not get kills as Widow if you're playing it right. Like, you're usually not the problem unless there's already a sniper team.
Yeah.
Unless that sniper's Hanzo. Then he can just.
But you can continue now, Lindsay. Sorry, I just had to bring that up.
I don't know. I don't remember what I was saying.
You were just talking about Overwatch.
Company, Overwatch.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot that we played.
We had a good. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Since no one else said that yet.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, late Thanksgiving to everyone that celebrates it. But no, Lindsay, you did play a game on your tablet when we were at your parents'.
You're bringing up the lame mobile game that I found.
It's like a cross of Property Brothers and Candy Crush from the looks that I saw.
Gotta bring up the lame mobile game. I wasn't even going to mention that, Nick. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Anyway, I guess we're done with that.
Yeah. This past Thursday for us in America was Thanksgiving. And right after Thanksgiving, we get Black Friday, and then we get today is Support Small Business Day or something like that. And then Monday we'll have Cyber Monday. So Lindsay decided to take some time out of her very busy schedule to create. Are you good there, Will? Dying on us? She decided to create a holiday gift guide for all of us.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Black Friday was yesterday. I put the guide out earlier in the week. Today is a Small Business Saturday, so if you got a chance to, I mean, you can find some of these games at some of your local gaming stores. If you find more specifically board games.
Yeah. There's not a lot of.
If you think one of these board games looks interesting, forget Amazon and Target and Walmart for the day and go visit your small local game store. I'm sure they've got the game. If not, they can probably get it for you.
Yeah. And then if, anybody doesn't want to go out because they don't want to, risk about COVID or anything, then, I mean, there's Cyber Monday and you can just be cozy at home and look things up online and order that way. So,
yeah. But yeah, I split up the gift guide into some different categories. So I guess we can go category by
real
category.
quick, where can everyone see this gift guide if they want to?
So it's on our Instagram. I posted a link on Twitter as well. And it's on our TikTok. And I think most of my blood, sweat, and tears that went into this guide went into me actually putting it on TikTok.
Yeah.
And
I was about to say, don't TikTok.
Doing the voiceovers for it was something else, let me tell you. I think Nick's going to show you where it is on Instagram, what it looks like.
I feel like you're having to record classes back a few months ago when you had to record all your classes really prepared you for this moment.
True.
Oh, no. Do you know how many times she had to restart the TikTok?
I remember. The TikTok.
Yeah, because I was sitting here and I think it was whenever I was playing Miles Morales, and I would just hear her go through it, and then it would be like right at the end she would mess up, and she goes, "Dang it, I got to do this all over again."
Yeah, you can flip through this slides,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, so on the...
It was
okay, so if you go to Instagram, on here as you see, 2020 Holiday Gift Guide Gaming Edition.
Yeah.
You can just scroll through...
We got for the family.
For the children.
Yes, you can say it, Nick.
For the adult gamer. For the athlete. And for the party person.
Yeah, and so we'll talk about all these. Also, just to note, our November giveaway is still going on. We'll talk about it later, but since Nick has it up on Instagram,
I'll go ahead. Yeah,
go check out that post and make sure you enter
the giveaway.
Giving away Overcooked 2. It's a really fun game.
Yeah.
Anywho's, so we want to start with, I guess, at the top of my document, for the family.
If you want some of us to read, we can. I mean, you can have Will read or me read.
I mean, I was just going to mention probably the best console for the family, I'd say, is the Nintendo Switch. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, normally Lindsay and I are PlayStation people over here, and Will is PC.
Sorry, I think the Game Boy Advance is the best console for the family. You can pass it around.
You can do the same thing with a Switch, technically.
I'm just trying to be funny, man.
Anyway, I mean, the Switch is great. There's lots of family-friendly games for it. There's lots of actually other games. I was on Nintendo's website when I was putting this together, looking at everything they've got out. They got a lot going.
So, yeah, for the family, if anybody wants to get like a new console and you can't find those new next-gen consoles like the Xbox and the PlayStation, and you haven't got a Switch, go ahead and pick up a Switch. Like, they're great for the family. Got a big family. If you get that, you'll be able to play some of these awesome games that Nintendo puts out, because Nintendo does their thing, and they're killing it. Some of the games that you can play is Just Dance. I think that was a game that Lindsay used to play back in high school. I never played the Just Dance on the Wii. Yeah. I never played Just Dance. I did Dance Dance Revolution. There's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, can't go wrong with that. Classic Mario Kart game. The deluxe, I think, gives you everything. Because I know I first played the Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, but the deluxe edition, just gives you the extra stuff that they have. Animal Crossing New Horizon, it's a great game. It's one of the nominees for Game of the Year. It definitely was a great game during the whole pandemic. It's a lot of fun, very cute.
And look, I prejudged Animal Crossing, I will admit. I was like, that's not a game for me, a 27-year-old. Turns out it is. So, don't prejudge Animal Crossing. It's a lot of fun no matter how old you are.
Teach your kids and yourself about capitalism.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean...
There's also Super Mario 3D All-Stars, came out not too long ago. If you were maybe someone that played like some of the older Mario games when you were younger, I mean, this comes out, you get Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy.
I mean, this would be great for those who are our age, who played it, but now maybe you've got a son or a daughter and you want to introduce them to the games that you played when you were young.
Yeah. There's Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, which we Will briefly talked about. It's an amazing game. I mean, Smash Brothers has been one of my favorite games since I was younger and first played the very first one on the 64. There's Overcooked 2, which is, like we said before, is in our monthly giveaway this month.
Yeah, so if you don't want to buy it, go enter our giveaway. You might win it.
Yeah.
On platform of your choice.
Yeah.
Those are mostly just the video games.
Yeah, some of those are available on other consoles.
Yeah, Just Dance you can find on Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah.
Overcooked 2, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. But they're also all available on the Switch.
Yes.
Which I think would be a great investment.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And don't worry, I mean, it's 3 years. They came out 3 years ago. I think the Switch is going to be around for a long time.
Switch is going to be around for a long time, but if you are one that, I mean, I don't want to say this, but I mean, like, if you want to wait, there's a high chance that a lot of people are speculating that the next Switch, like Switch Pro or something like that, is going to be coming out this coming up year, but we don't know. But the Switch itself is great. I mean, it's going to be around for a while. Like, Nintendo definitely knocked this one out of the park.
Yeah.
But if you didn't want to do any of the video games and you wanted to look for some good family board games, then we have a few suggestions for you. Like one of our number one games, and I know we talked about it on one of our earlier episodes where we're talking about like board games, is Ticket to Ride. Yeah. It's a very fun game. It's very simple, easy to learn. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, they do have some expansions after you play the base game for a while and you want to, try some of those, you can. There's also different versions of the game because it's not just Ticket to Ride, which the base one is like the American one. There's a Europe one, an Asia one. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sushi Go is another one that you can play. It's not a board game, it's a card game. And it's, what is it? Like, it's not deck building? I mean, it's like deck, no. I mean, no, it's drafting. That's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for. So you would have like, a set of cards and you would pick a card and you're passing your hand to the person to the left or the right. And then you would look at those cards, you pick a card and you're just trying to get these different like sushi combination stuff to get points. Like there's maki rolls in there. There's you would combine wasabi with something else if you remember. I mean, it's a great game for the family. There's not a lot of, the cards have pictures. It's not a lot of reading. Yeah. I think it'd be good. And then we also put Castle Panic on there, which is a cooperative game, meaning you're working together. So if you're not looking to start a fight with your family, maybe try a cooperative game. Yeah. But yeah.
Unless you want to fight Grandma.
True. Yeah, unless you want to fight Grandma. I mean, if you really want to fight, then you can just pull out Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 3 hours into the game, you just decide to flip the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will, do you want to do the next one, or?
Yeah, sure. We got games for children on this list. Obviously, getting your kids a Switch would be awesome. There's also, I believe, the Switch Lite,
Mhm.
which I'm not sure exactly on the specs of it, but it's just a little bit cheaper.
It's
And,
$100 cheaper.
It's only handheld. You can't
Yes.
dock it.
So, and I mentioned it
yeah.
on my TikTok video. If you are pushed for budget, it is an option. I would always suggest the Switch over the Lite.
Yes.
Just because you have more options with it. It can be put up on the TV with the dock. You can separate the controllers from the thing. With the Switch Lite, it's all just one piece.
Yeah.
So.
Which, I mean, could you still dock it? You just couldn't use the control. I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. Don't have a Switch Lite.
But yeah.
Yeah, so for the Switch or the Switch Lite, kids love Minecraft, so you could always get Minecraft. I don't even know if it costs anything now. Does it? Is it like a couple bucks?
Minecraft? Yes. Yeah.
I've had it for so long.
Yeah, I've had it for so
know.
long too. I know on PC, I want to say it's like maybe $30. I feel like it used to be $20, but it may have gone
when
up.
I got it on PC, it was $20.
Yeah, so it could be like $30 now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how much it is on the consoles.
Yeah, I haven't played it on the consoles.
$20. Okay, someone in chat was saying $20.
But
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not bad.
my
It's not
students
bad.
talk about it all the time. It's definitely a big
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kids love
Minecraft.
If they don't already have it, that's an easy win.
Yeah. So, parents out there, if you're listening to this, you want to get your child something, get them Minecraft.
It's a good.
All their friends are
playing.
playing it.
Yeah, and they can spend hours into that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a good way
And
for
if,
them to be creative.
Exactly. 100%. There's the survival mode and creative mode.
Yeah.
And if your kid is into cartoons, like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, you've also got Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 Grand Prix, which is available for a whole heck of a lot of consoles, including the
Yes.
Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox One, and PC. Not on PlayStation 5, though.
I mean, you can play it on PlayStation 5 with the PS4 one. So,
I mean, but it's not the same, man.
oh yeah.
They didn't optimize it for PS5. That's a big con for the PS5.
Oh yeah. Rip. Rip. Gosh.
There goes my SpongeBob racing. Oh no.
But if you don't want your kids to melt their brains by looking at screens, well, we've got the answer for you. We've got Ticket to Ride First Journey. What? Yeah, it's the intro version of Ticket to Ride, so that you can teach your kids how to, play Ticket to Ride, build trains.
Yeah.
And there's also the wonderful board game Catan Junior. So it's, you guessed it, the starter version for Catan.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more forgiving, I believe, than regular sellers of Catan. And
I don't know.
Less rage-inducing.
I don't know how the junior one compares to the actual one.
Yeah, I'd be interested to play both of those. Ticket
It's just the
Ride and
exact same
Catan.
game on a tiny board.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was like.
I don't know if.
Oh no, I don't know.
Okay.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense. Same thing, but on a small board.
Yeah. But, I mean, and I didn't put a whole lot on that one because a lot of the for the family stuff
We'll go for the
goes
for children.
for the children.
Yeah.
But next up is for the adult gamer.
Yeah.
So that's probably you, listener. Not necessarily like adult content. It's just, for grown-ups.
Yeah, games that, appeal to the, more experienced people in life.
Yeah. So a lot of the games I put on here, the video games specifically, are a lot of the new ones that came out. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, Last of Us Part 2, which has been out for a little bit now, but it is one of the Game of the Year nominees.
Yep.
You've got the Demon's Souls remake, which I did not realize it's demons, not just demon.
Oh.
Demons.
Well, I mean, there
Souls.
is multiple demons, so...
It's,
it's the demon's soul. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, anywho, that remake is out, PlayStation 5. You've got Hades, which I have not played, but it's one of the Game of the Year nominees.
Yep.
Doom Eternal is also a Game of the Year nominee. So is Final Fantasy VII Remake and Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like I pronounce it differently every time. Tsushima, I don't know.
It's okay.
As long as you say sushi, fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to say the sushi part.
Ghost of Sushi. You can find those on a lot of consoles. Pretty much all of them, except for Demon's Souls is only PlayStation 5.
Ghost of Tsushima is only PlayStation. Final Fantasy VII
Yes.
Remake is PlayStation. Last of Us Part 2 is only PlayStation.
Okay, so about half of those. My bad.
Most of the Game of the Year nominees are on PlayStation.
Yes.
So,
What's that say? Anyway. You also have the new Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Marvel's Avengers, which don't listen to the haters on that one. It's a good game. And Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales.
yes.
Those are some great adult gamer video games. But
And
then
I
we've
know-
also...
I think I was on the last episode when we were talking about, like, the new things out there. We did talk about some of these games. Actually, most of these games, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The Call of Duty, Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, Valhalla. So, yeah. If you want to know more, you can go listen to that episode.
The UK version of the Spider-Man game didn't make a whole lot of sense because it was Kilometers Morales, and that just doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Gosh.
I don't know how we recover after that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was great. I approve.
That was really good.
Okay, but if you don't want to do video games as the adult gamer, and you want to do something different as
Or maybe you don't know what the person you're giving your gift to, what they play on. So just give them a board game or card game.
Yeah.
You got those too.
some of these games is Portrayal of House on the Hill. It starts out as kind of a cooperative game in a way, and then it will turn, and most of the time is like one person versus the rest of them. Mm-hmm. And there's many different scenarios for this game, so it has a lot of replay value. So it's a good game to pick up.
Yes.
There's Cards Against Humanity.
That would be more on the adult side.
Yeah, Cards Against Humanity is definitely adult side. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I have the game. We haven't played it in a while, but I know back in college, at one point, we had like 10 to 12 of us actually playing the game at once, and it was hilarious. And then there's Codenames. I think the last time we actually had people over to play games, we did play Codenames. It's a lot of fun. It's a cooperative type game. Like, you're split up in two teams, and one team, there's like one person on each team that is going to be the, I guess, code giver.
Yeah, it's sort of like charades in a way. Like,
Yeah.
You've got one person giving clues to the rest of your team, and they're trying to guess it. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Definitely, pick it up, especially around the holidays. Despite the whole COVID thing, if you are getting together with a bunch of family members, I mean, if you don't have the game, gift it to someone, sit down and play. It's a lot of fun.
I would like to note, if you are looking at any of these games for that special gamer in your life, check to see what console they have if you're buying a video game.
Yes.
And make sure you buy the right one.
Especially,
because Nick has been gifted a Xbox game before.
Yes.
When he doesn't have an Xbox, so.
And then,
I mean, it's not a big deal. He switched it out, but.
And then now, if you happen to get one of the new consoles, and you want one of the newer games for that console, I mean, you can specify, hey, I need this for, for like me. I want this for PlayStation 5, not PS4 anymore. I need it for PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
So,
the last 5 years you've been buying me PS4 games, but now...
Yeah, now we got to switch it up. I know. It's one whole number that you had to go up. It's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, next up we have for the athlete. So if there's, any of you listeners out there, if you are a very active person, but you still enjoy video games, but you want to say like, hey, it's raining and you want to go play some basketball, but you can't go anywhere outside to play basketball, and there's nowhere inside that you can play. You know what? You can pick up NBA 2K21 and you can play that bad boy. You can play all the basketball you want.
You took a very different approach to it than I did when I made the TikTok. Because I believe I mentioned the ones that actually get you active. And then I said, but if you don't want... Well, what did I say? Something about if you just want to sit and pretend like you're
active, then you can play that.
Then
okay.
You can play basketball.
Yeah, so some of the video games that you can play, the ones where you're not active playing, like I said, is NBA 2K21. There's FIFA 21, Madden, NFL 21, MLB The Show, PGA Tour, and then if you wanted to do something different from like those typical sport games, there's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. If you're more of the extreme type of person.
You know what? I forgot to look to see if there was a hockey one. Was there
NHL. Well, I mean, there's normally one each year.
But I'm saying I didn't put it on.
So yeah, I enjoy sports. I haven't really played a sports game in a while because they're typically like the same thing over and over. I think the last one I got was a FIFA one, and that one was 2018. So yeah, it's been a while. But if you are someone that wants to be more active while playing a video game, then we have two of these. One of them we've already mentioned, Just Dance 2021. That one, you'll be moving around, dancing and stuff to the music. You'll be active. And then there's also Ring Fit Adventure for the Nintendo Switch. It's a good way. Like, I know with the whole COVID thing still going on, maybe some of y'all are still not going to a gym and you're working out at home. Then, look into these games, the Just Dance and the Ring Fit. I know Lindsay and I, we've been doing the Ring Fit.
It's definitely cheaper than a monthly gym.
Yeah.
Like, it's $80, but you can have multiple profiles on there. It's imagine Wii Fit is nothing like it.
Yeah, it's actually really good. I don't know how they did it. It's mind blowing, but it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so any of you athletes out there, check into those games.
Yeah.
I just throw large stones and chop down trees for fitness.
I gotcha.
And I'm imagining like a Will in like a Fortnite situation. He's just
chopping down a tree.
Axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will, do you want to do the last one?
Fortnite. Yeah, I'll do the last one. We've got for that special party person in your life. That person who, for some reason, doesn't like to play video games, but they still want to play games with you. So we've got one of my personal favorites, Jackbox Party Pack, and they've got so many party packs now. They've got like, how many? Is it like 7?
Yeah, 1 through 7. I think I have 4 of them, I believe.
Well, way to show off.
Yeah,
No, the Jackbox games are fantastic. I think I mentioned a couple of them earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You buy a pack and you actually get a whole bunch of different games, so you're always guaranteed to find something that your family or your friends are going to love. And the Jackbox games, they've gotten really popular, so you can find them on a whole lot of different consoles, like the Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, Mac, even Android and iOS. Mostly because, you can just type into your browser to play, and you just need one person to actually have the game. So not everyone that you're playing with has to own the game. You just need one sucker to own it, and then everyone gets to play.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I mean, and with it being, in the party section, it does do multiple people, like not the typical.
Some of the games are up to like 8.
Yeah, some are up to 8, and there's some where you can have an audience. So if you didn't get into play, you can still be part of the audience and kind of play, like doing votes and stuff. So, I mean, it's for a big group of people.
Yep. And one of the unique things about some of the party games, like I mentioned earlier, is there will be games where you have prompts where you answer questions, and you can make an entire game full of questions about the people in the room that you're playing with.
Yeah.
So I could be like, hey, what are 3 very concerning things you can find in Nick's pockets? And then everyone in the room has to give their best answers.
What do I got in my pocket?
Let's see. Also, for the party person, we've got Code Names that was mentioned earlier. It's a really fun party game. The Resistance Avalon, which is the sort of you're trying to find traitors, right? Everyone's
So I know we us like as a group when we play, we mostly play Avalon.
So Avalon is by the same people of the Resistance.
Yes.
The title is The Resistance Avalon. There's also just the Resistance, and then there's the Resistance Avalon. I would suggest the Resistance Avalon because it's got a few mechanics that are better. I'm assuming it came out after the Resistance.
Probably.
Same concept for both.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Basically, there's some people in there that are bad, and the other people are good. And you're going on missions, and the bad people are wanting, them to fail. Good people are wanting them to succeed. And then with the Avalon one, you'll have like different characters like Merlin, and
Morgana.
Yeah. So there's like you can get the game, do like a few games of just the basics, and then after that you can start to incorporate the special characters to make it a little bit more interesting. So
yeah, we played that at our latest party night also.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to mention the next game's name?
I don't know. I know Lindsay went over
because it's basically the same as the other.
It's the same as Avalon. Did you put it in the gift guide?
Yeah, was I not supposed to?
I mean, we can go ahead and say it. I mean, it's the same kind of game.
Okay, well, this game is Secret Hitler.
People like it. Did I make a mistake?
I don't know.
I mean, no, it's a great game. I just don't know if like Twitch is cool with that. But yeah, Secret Hitler.
It's a board game. Twitch Secret
Hitler. You're trying to suss out who Hitler is and take him out, and everyone is either a fascist or a liberal.
Yeah, I think I may have played it once and I don't remember anything of it. So
yeah, so you play as either fascists or liberals. No one knows who is who, and I think it's usually 1 or 2 fascists and a Hitler. And obviously the fascist goal is to get Hitler into power, and the liberals' goal is to try to get rid of Hitler. You earn bullets throughout the game, and you get to shoot people, and your goal is to shoot Hitler.
Oh, God.
So, anyway, the next game is Super Fight.
Yeah, Super Fight.
I don't know a whole lot about Super Fight, so...
okay, so Super Fight, I think there's a couple of different ways that you can play it. The one that I've mostly played, I feel like, is the debate one. Basically, you would have these cards, kind of like Cards Against Humanity, and you're trying to make not a hero, like a superhero or a super person or whatever that have these different things, and there'll be someone else that would have it, and then you are debating on why your character would win in a fight over the other one. But then I think there's another version where there's like you're going through and you're making your own character or whatever, and then everyone's going to vote on which one was the best one or all that. It's a lot of fun. There's different ways to play it, and you're just creating a superhuman creature thing or whatever that can fight. And it's not just like, pro things. There could be a con. It's like, oh, hey, this character, has like super strength and all this, but its arms are noodles. Something, crazy like that. So it's different. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while, but
I don't think I've ever played that one, but it sounds super fun. I'm gonna check it out.
I know Alex he either has it or he has an expansion of it where you can kind of play it.
Alex has all the good board games.
I also have the Super Fight, but like I said, I haven't really played it that much. It's good whenever you have multiple people, but I think the time whenever I did play it, it was like only 2 other people. So, yeah, you need to have.
Well, that's why it's in the party person category.
Yeah. You need to have multiple people for it. Yeah.
So let's see. Next we've got a game that actually kind of hits home for me, Joking Hazard. And it's basically a game where you get these cards that are comic panels, and your goal is to make funny comics, and whoever makes the funniest comic wins. But it's made by Explosm, who they started a comic called Cyanide and Happiness way back in the day.
Yeah.
That actually me and Alex were obsessed with in high school. They even had an app at one point where daily they would update it with their daily comic, and it was just the most obscene, ridiculous thing for little 14-year-old Will to have on his iPhone. But yeah, Joking Hazard is a pretty fantastic game.
Yes.
Very unique. I hadn't actually seen games like it, and it's also got another one that Explosm made.
What's their other one?
Called Trial by Trolley. And this is based on an old thought experiment that they turned into a game where there's a trolley and it's going down a track and it splits off into 2 paths. And you have to decide which path it goes on. And 2 teams basically put down little tiles with different characters on it as tracks. And so you have to decide which track you're going to run over. So someone can put down like a puppy, your first crush, and your grandma on a track, and then on the next track put down like a bunch of kindergartners, like a whole bunch of old people, and like a church choir, and you have to decide. It's a very fun game, but also kind of messed up in a way, and that's kind of how Explosm does their games.
Have you played that one?
I have. I have played Trial by Trolley once, and I think I've played Joking Hazard a few times now. Joking Hazard is pretty rough because sometimes comic panels just don't work. But Trial by Trolley always works.
I own Joking Hazard, and so far the time where we played, most of the time they work. Because I mean,
I would say that's also under the adult.
Yeah,
category.
that one's that one's definitely
yeah. I said that 14-year-old me read the comics, but definitely
don't let the cartoonish illustrations fool you.
Yes.
That is an adult game.
Yeah, but this Trial by Trolley, that one looks fun.
It's not under for the
pretty
children category.
Yeah.
And then last but not least for that special party person is probably one of the most in the don't let the children touch this game games is Red Flags. And also there's an expansion called Even Redder Flags or something like that. That's even worse. But Red Flags is where you're trying to set up a blind date for your friends. And you get white cards and red cards. White cards are great things like, hey, this is my friend. He's tall, he's got big old muscles, and he's got a nice smile. But then there's red cards, and you
Was he
pass
talking
your
about
red.
Will?
Just describing
Was he talking about
himself.
Yeah, what?
I mean, yeah. Then you've got red cards. You pass the red cards to the person to your left or right, whatever. You basically want to screw over the other people so that their blind date is not appealing to the person you're setting up. So the red cards are pretty aggressive, but we'll just say like has a lot of emotional baggage as a red card, which it's never something that calm. But we'll just say that's
Yeah.
it. So you pass that to the other person, so they just got like a whole bunch of really good cards, but then I don't know if I want emotional baggage. So that ruins the day for me.
Was he
That's
still describing
basically
himself?
No, I'm good. Man.
I remember playing this game once, and it was like the night before one of our friends' wedding,
Yeah.
like 4 years ago.
Ryan and Kaylee's wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only time I've played it. Haven't played it since then.
I still think is constantly covered in ants is one of the best red cards.
Okay.
It's so
In my-
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, so that is our holiday gift guide.
Yeah.
Like we've showed earlier, if you want to go and view like the visuals that Lindsay did, you can go to the Instagram and find it. But we are going to say, like, if you do decide to go out and buy any of these board games, mostly, do go check out your local game shop, and support them. Don't go, to the, like Walmart, Target, and all that. Let that be like a last resort thing. Like, go support, small businesses.
Yeah. I mean, and not just today on Small Business Saturday.
Yeah.
Really any day, especially with the pandemic. Walmart, Target is going to survive.
Yeah. I know back when Lindsay and I lived in South Carolina, there was one really close by that we loved going to. And he had to shut down, a few years later. Wasn't making enough, but it was always, fun to go there. He was a heck of a guy. He loved anyone that came in. He would always talk to you and all that stuff. And then I know there's some other local ones close to where Will is, that we've also been there before. I think there's like 2 of them that I know of. They have lots of board games and stuff. Yeah, just go out and support them.
Yeah, local game shops are the real MVPs.
Yes.
Go support them.
And like I said, a lot of them are going to do what they can for you. So if they don't have the
absolutely.
game you're looking for, ask and see if they can get it. Like, they'll
Yeah, because I
go
know
out of their way for
I know
you.
one of the times I was looking for some. I think it was a battle foam bag for some of the miniature games that I've played, and I know one of the local ones close to where Will lives. They didn't have the one I wanted. I talked to them. They said, we should be able to get that in by this day or whatever, and they really helped me out. Opposed if I just went to like Walmart, if they saw that, they'd be like, no, we don't have it. We don't know where we're get any in. So
Yeah. Go check them out.
yeah. But now we're going to move on to our nostalgia game of the week.
Yes.
This is where we spin a wheel that has a list of games that give us that nostalgia feel. Once the wheel stops on whichever game, we'll briefly talk about it if we know a lot about it. Also, if you have any game suggestions that you want us to add to the wheel, feel free to drop them in the nostalgia game suggestion in our Discord.
Yeah.
Let me just pull this up. I was not fully ready. Okay. And we got Razor Freestyle Scooter. I know this was one that I put up there.
Is that like the actual scooter, or is that a game that I don't know about?
No, it's a video
Dude.
game.
Oh my god.
Did you play this, Will?
That just unlocked like 5 levels of my memory right there.
So
Wow.
I remember getting this game for, I think, my birthday one year. for the PlayStation, and the best way to put it was take Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but you're playing on a scooter, like one of the not a motorized scooter,
like the Razor,
like the
scooter.
Razor
It was a
scooter
literal
thing.
Razor. It was licensed by Razor. It was so good.
I did not know this was a thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Game Boy.
Hold on, let me.
For Christmas one year, I got this game and the Razor scooter that is on the cover of the game.
But see, I
Like
had one of the
like,
scooters.
sort of bluish wheels and the bluish handles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull up some of the image that we found. I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Not gonna lie, I definitely used the scooter more than I used the game.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this is what it looked like, the cover of it. But yeah, I had fun with it because like at that time, whenever I got this game, I also had a Razor scooter, and I would go out and try to do tricks and stuff, you know, because I was a little chunky boy that, you know, could get like 1 inch off the ground on a scooter. So, but yeah, it was. I mean, it was fun for what it was.
Why did they make this a game? Like, was the scooter itself just not enough?
I mean, they probably saw that Tony Hawk Pro Skater, you know, was doing good as a skateboard game. So they're like, hey, we could do that with a scooter.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Look, I've got the page for it pulled up right now. You could perform various stunts and aerial maneuvers. A total of 45 moves were available in the game. 45 moves.
Wow.
Razor Freestyle Ankle Breakers.
That's
I
like
did not know this game was
42 moves more than I knew you could do with a Razor.
Yeah. That was a great game.
Yeah, that worst feeling though when the back wheel would hit your ankle.
I purposely I got a wheelie bar thing to put on the back so I can push down on it and do a wheelie easier.
That's such a cool scooter, Nick.
I did.
Like,
I was
pimp out my scooter here.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember the first time I discovered that you can't scooter barefoot because if you're going really fast and you try to brake, that thin metal brake starts to heat up and then you melt the bottom of your foot and then you can't brake and then you crash and almost die.
But then if you brake too much, like even if you had shoes on or whatever, you're going to burn through that wheel pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I burnt through a wheel faster than what I thought. I was like, why is this already? I braked a lot. Okay, that's how.
Living in the foothills of South Carolina, I was constantly just shredding down hills, just stomping on that back wheel.
So someone in the chat was saying, or hitting a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I also remember a time when I would even skateboard and I would hit a rock, and a little tiny rock would stop me on a skateboard, and I would just get yeeted off of that thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would. Gosh.
The worst thing, I think I had the scooter when we lived in a house that had a gravel driveway. So there really wasn't many places where I could ride the scooter.
Yeah.
You can't ride that over gravel. It's just not effective.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
man,
definitely not.
That game brought out a lot of memories.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to move on to our new segment. Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
Sony Entertainment... Nope, I skipped a word. Back it up. Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan says there's news to come on a PlayStation response to Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft's popular subscription-based game service. A sealed copy of NES's Super Mario Bros. 3 has sold for $156,000 and has set the world record for the highest price paid for a video game at auction. Starting on December 1st, players will be able to purchase Red Dead Online on its own at an introductory price of $5, which will require up to 123 gigabytes of disk space. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer thinks Microsoft will release a smart TV app used to play games with no console required in the next 12 months. CD Projekt Red QA lead Lucas Babiol Babel
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
has put 175 hours into a Cyberpunk 2077 playthrough, noting he's going slow on the game's hardest difficulty, playing stealthily, looting everything, and taking his time. Fall Guys fans put together hundreds of JPEG, that's how you say it, right? Puzzle pieces to assemble Fall Guys Season 3's key art image, leading... There's lots of words.
Mediatonic
to officially announce the next season to be winter theme.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not the anchor here. Sir.
Oh, sorry.
According to a report from BG Charts, it's estimated the PS5 sold upwards of 2.5 million units between its two launch dates. And despite the Xbox Series X being more powerful on paper, the PS5 has outperformed it in early testing.
Oh.
Duh. Sorry.
Are you good?
Yeah. Back to y'all.
Okay. Will, what do you want to, talk about from this news segment?
Dude. I really like that Lucas Babiel was just like, you know what? I'm gonna play the game.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Way to go.
175 hours. I mean, though he did say that he was, going slow, hardest difficulty, stealthy, looting everything. Yeah, that's going to take some time. Which, I mean, I could easily see someone doing that. Because, I mean, you can put, a lot of hours doing something like that in, Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Red Dead Redemption 2 or something like that. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that game still on track to come out?
What, in December? I think so. I don't know. They may get to it and be like,
playable.
wait. We're going to have to delay it again.
I honestly think they should delay it to February.
I mean,
I'd be cool with it.
I feel like that would be a good time for it to come out because we have all these other new games that have came out and it's at Christmas time and it's like, hey, it's been a couple months after Christmas or whatever. Let's throw out this game and it's going to do very good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like that they could, easily delay it till February and that will be perfectly fine.
Interested to see what Sony comes up with on this response to the Game Pass.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I've said before, I think with PlayStation, if anybody out there has, gone on PlayStation, there's this PlayStation Now. I feel like they really just need to vamp that up. And I don't even know what the price is for it, but just make that thing better and then they should be fine.
Why are you looking at my computer? You've got a screen right there.
Someone in chat was just saying that Cyberpunk isn't going to get delayed. The other games should. I mean, depending on the game, I feel like, that could be true. Very interesting that a NES Super Mario Brothers 3 sold for $156,000.
Will, did you buy that?
Yeah, was that you, man? Come on.
I wish I had that money.
Would you spend it on that?
No. If I had only that money, no.
No. If that was just chump change to you, yeah, maybe be like, hey, yeah, I bought this, it's cool, you're flexing, but
I want to know who owned that.
Yeah, I want to know who owned it and then who bought it. But yeah, it's crazy.
What is Red Dead Online?
It's like so you know what GTA Online is, where it's basically like the game but you play online and sandbox. It's kind of like that with Red Dead.
Oh.
That's pretty great, not gonna lie.
I didn't really play much of the online version of it. It was alright. I know a lot of people have some people love it, a lot of people don't like it. I don't know. I feel like they're trying to fix things. It's interesting to hear that Phil Spencer thinks Microsoft will release a smart TV app used to play games with no console required.
Yeah,
because at that point, that's even more of a reason to not own.
It's a waste of $500 if you bought that.
A console. He's just giving more reason not to own a console.
I'm very confused by how they would intend to do that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing
Without having any sort of console, they would have to be, I don't know, streaming the game or
well. I
have
mean,
something in the
I think
TV
that's what
itself.
they're going for is they doing a streaming service because basically, I know it was a few weeks ago or something. There was something talks of them doing like a Fire Stick type thing or whatever, where it would be, you know, kind of like Google Stadia, where it was a streaming service thing. Like if you had the Game Pass, then you'll be able to stream the game, you know, from it instead of having the hardware of the console.
And Nintendo's come out with a streaming service.
They did.
Yeah, that was on the podcast that we listened to yesterday. Were you not listening?
I was
to that
halfway
one?
listening and that was the one where I think you put it on the wrong one. It was like a more recent one. I was like, I'm not here yet. So
Well, in any case, Nintendo's come out with like a beta type of a streaming. Apparently it's not great right now, but I don't know.
yeah. So but yeah, like if they're going to be coming out with that in the next 12 months, then those people that are waiting to get a, you know, a new Xbox or whatever, why don't you just wait even longer and see if this thing comes through? And
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'd be
I
interested
don't
to
know.
see the logistics and
Yeah.
how it's going to work.
all right, Fall Guys season 3 winter theme. Looks fun. I mean, look forward to see what they're going to bring. I haven't really played it that much.
I want a penguin costume.
Ooh,
Is that a thing yet?
probably.
I don't know.
And let's see. So, PlayStation sold upwards of 2.5 million units between its two launch dates. I think it was said that was like one of their, or is the highest, biggest launch they've had in PlayStation history. That's awesome. I know we had got word from one of our friends last night that there was that they got like 2 PS5s to come to their GameStop, and there was a dude and his dad camped out from Tuesday till Friday. Yesterday on Friday to get one of those PS5s. Like they skipped Thanksgiving to just camp out to get one.
Yeah.
The extremes that people go through. And then this one is very interesting. I've been seeing it a lot lately. That despite Xbox having the more powerful console on paper, PlayStation 5 has been outperforming them on like some of the, I think, the third-party games, the ones where they share. And I just wonder how many people are bitter about that or trying to make up excuses. But I mean,
I'm kind of curious to see like why that is.
Yeah,
that they're outperforming the Xbox.
I don't know why. I mean, there could be like I don't know how long maybe developers have had like a PlayStation 5 dev kit over the Xbox where they had more time with it. I don't know. But I mean, I'm sure that Xbox they'll have, you know, good looking games for their first party games. You know, even if they may not be, you know, spectacular, but looks wise, they could look good. But it's really interesting to see that, you know, the PS5 is outperforming. But yeah, so we are running out of time for, you know, this episode, so we're going to move on.
Well, I hope you guys have been thinking about that trivia question because it is time to give our answers. Lindsay.
Yeah, so my question was, what is the only video game franchise originating in the 1970s to have thus far generated over $1 billion in revenue? Thoughts?
I have no idea.
Guesses?
I can't even think of games that came out in the 70s.
This was one where when I read it, I was like, I probably wouldn't have guessed that, but it makes sense. Like, yeah.
I mean, what games came out in the 70s?
I'm gonna.
I mean, I don't even know.
70s.
I don't even know if this game came out in the 70s that I'm thinking of.
What are you thinking of?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't want to say. I don't want to sound like a fool. Gosh, come on. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of all these people.
Well, any guesses?
Well, I hear Will typing over there. Are you looking up a game that you think it is?
I'm gonna say Donkey Kong.
Okay. Nick?
Tetris. That was my guess.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if that came out in the 70s. Yeah, but that's my guess.
Okay. Well, the correct answer is Space Invaders.
Oh,
Originating in 1978, as of the beginning of 2019, the Space Invaders franchise has generated almost $14 billion in revenue.
Daggone.
Yeah, someone in chat, they guessed Space Invaders, and they told me that Tetris was 89. Well, see, I wasn't sure about that.
Wow, Tetris is 89?
Yeah, because I knew Tetris was, before I was born, and I was born in 91. I was like, I know it's a popular older game, so I'm like, maybe it was, in the 70s? So that's kind of why I went with it. I had a strong feeling it was 80s, but I was like, it could have been 70s. But
Yeah, that's actually surprising, because Tetris is really simple. It's just shapes and rotating shapes.
Yeah, so...
Space Invaders.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have guessed that, but then hearing it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right. We are going to wrap up this episode, but we want you to be able to contact us and check us out on other media platforms. Will, where can our listeners find you in the podcast?
Well, we've got our YouTube channel, Out of the Box Gaming. We've also got our Discord, which is linked there on our YouTube channel and anywhere that you can find our link tree. We've got Instagram, that is OOTB_gaming. Our Twitter handle is @GamingOOTB. And our TikTok is @OOTBGaming. So go check out all of those. We've got some awesome videos. And as mentioned earlier, we have put up our gaming gift guide on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. Maybe not Twitter.
Yeah, I put a link on there to the Instagram.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
yeah. technically
Also,
you can
check
look at
out
it.
our awesome Patreon and all the wonderful perks in store for you there. And thank you to our Collector's Edition Patreon, Cody Watkins, aka Indecent Sarcasm. One heck of a guy.
Yeah. And speaking of our awesome Patreon perks, some tiers will get you extra entries to our monthly giveaway. And our November giveaway is now live, or it has been live. And
Yes.
Lindsay, do you want to go ahead and go over information?
Yep. So, the giveaway this month is Overcooked 2 on the platform of your choice. So make sure you head over to our Instagram, OOTB_gaming. Find the November giveaway post. There's only one of them posted. The rules are simple. Like the post and follow us on Instagram. Then you're entered. I do keep track of if you follow us as well.
Yeah.
The giveaway ends November 30th, which I believe is Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So you got a few days left. Go over and enter, and best of luck.
Yeah. If you want to find the podcast live, you can go over to Twitch on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and go to Twitch at Ace King King. Though the next episode we're going to have to do early because Lindsay and I are going to South Carolina again for a Friendsmas with our friends from college. If you want to find me, you can go to YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram at Ace King King, or you can go to Twitter, Ace King King 77.
Please make sure to leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us on. Thanks for listening, and please join us next week.
This has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay. Thanks for playing along.